It's indeed a matter of pride, a matter of privilege for us to have hit the road today. For the first ever Global Investors Meet organized by the state of Haryana, when Haryana embarks on towards celebrating its Golden Jubilee anniversary in the 50th year of its existence. Last 14 months in government led by Hon'ble Shri Manohar Lal ji, the journey had been very fulfilling, very satisfying. And I can say today, whatever I've heard from the dais and whatever engagement that has happened since morning, that right from Honorable Chief Minister to the entire executive, all the business leaders and captains of industry, everyone seems to be aligned to the vision of creating Haryana most preferred investment destination in India. This was the first and most important thing we discussed when we embarked upon writing down our new industrial policy, which Honorable Chief Minister termed it as Enterprise Promotion Policy. With what vision should we work on? What is that vision statement that should drive the entire team of government as well as the industry captains? And it made me feel very good that today everyone believes that Haryana is happening. Everyone believes that Haryana is on a pedestal, is on a solid foundation on which we can create a Haryana of the future, a Haryana which not only maintain its leadership status in terms of providing the contribution towards the growth of gross domestic product, maintain its leadership position in per capita income at the national level, maintain its leadership position in different industries, but Haryana which now positions itself to be the first ever globally, internationally recognized state of the country. And together we seem to be believing in it now. And together we seem to be on the path to make it happen. And on this first day, when we launch our initiative of Happening Haryana through this roadshow, I feel more than ever, more confident than ever that this is going to happen. Just to share with you a few things, I don't want to get into the details of the policy which Devinder Singh ji has laid out so well. Some of you have analyzed it after reading it a number of times, critically or otherwise, acclaimed it also. And I'm sure, as Honorable Chief Minister continuously reminds us, that this policy draft document is only a beginning. It is going to be a constantly evolving thing while we are working together mutually and engaging with each other and mutually enlightening each other. Because I know the challenges that were posed by Mr. Sunil Munjal ji and Shrikant ji. That so much has been laid out for the new and coming industries who want to set up want to make new investments in the state. But probably enough has not been said about the existing industry. Dear friends, right from Honorable Chief Minister to all of us, we do recognize the efforts and contribution of the industry that has been there in Haryana for so many years. It is you who have provided the foundation on which we are today building our dreams for the future. We have been partners for long, and you are going to be partners for the future as well. You have grown with Haryana, and Haryana has grown with you. And we want you to dream bigger now. We want you to take to the next level now. We want you to reinvent yourself and once again dream of setting up new projects or expanding your own existing projects. We will be there to handhold. We will be there to facilitate. We will be there to provide a conducive environment. We'll be there to support and if need, wherever required, to regulate. But a complete support system will be there at your beck and call. We were thrown a challenge that writing a policy is a very easy job to do. But the possible, insurmountable is the execution of it, is the implementation of it. We knew that it's going to be difficult to shake the entire system which has got used to in a particular way and to bring the system in alignment could not have been easy. But I can assure you one thing, with our experience in the last 14 months, we can say it had not been difficult either. It is the same very executive. Today, they are acting as the drivers of this change. The political executive is just providing the direction. The momentum is coming from the machinery, from the executive, which makes me much more confident. Just to give you two examples of what we have tried to do to make sure that the proof that lies in the pudding is actually sweet enough for you to accept it. In last 14 months, when Honorable Chief Minister took over as the head of political executive, head of the government in the state, we were in a situation wherein Haryana, which is supposed to be the leaders in IT, ITS, and the BPO industry, we suddenly found that the governance in Haryana is at a level which is termed as laggards at the national level. The IT preparedness in the government was at abysmally low level. Our Aadhaar card UID registration was almost less than 74%. And honestly speaking, we didn't feel very good about the overall e-governance that has been happening in other states across the country. On the other side, the nation was entering in the phase of transition, transformation, led by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. The challenges were being thrown at the states by indulging in cooperative and competitive federalism. You were faced with the challenge of meeting with the rankings, good rankings, as far as ease of doing business is concerned. And internally, we found ourselves to be very shallow. But I'm happy to state here that in last 1 year, only in UID and Aadhaar card registration, in last few months, Haryana has been the fastest growing state in UID registration, and today we have crossed 95% of the entire citizens is registered with UID. One small example of, we could not believe that the entire Excise and Taxation and VAT department is not even online, and the C forms were not being issued in time because they were offline, and there was manual interaction or interface. In last 6 months since we made it, it was a very small little step that was required to be taken. That could have been taken 10 years ago probably. But when we took it, in last 6 months, we have been able to reach the level of, that's last 6 months, it's been 200,000 plus C forms have been issued online. Dear friends, just about 6 months ago, when we were formulating this policy, and we knew that the challenges are going to come in implementing it, but we started executing it right there and then. The amount of exercise that happened, which Chief Secretary was trying to point out, within the government, internally, that whatever we write, we have to make sure that we implement it. We're going to make it part of the 2 acts. The Industrial Promotion Act and Right to Services Act. So everyone is accountable in ensuring that the policy is implemented. The Department of Environment is supposed to be giving consent to establish and consent to operate. 6 months ago, the situation was that we had 895 pending applications with an age of probably more than an year. We made it online. In last 6 months, today, the pending applications are less than 45 and the maximum age is only 44 days. Every other application is completely processed and all consent to operate and establish are granted online. So this is the same machinery is delivering. Hence the faith is increasing. Dear friends, I did not reiterate about the change of the regime from inspectory Raj to self-certification and third-party verification, self-authentication. All these things are going to flow out very soon in every field. This state today is much more liberalized, much more reformed, much more forthcoming. And Honorable Chief Minister is such a humble person that he reaches out to everyone and anyone who means and who matters to us in making Haryana as truly happening Haryana. I call upon you all to act as ambassadors of the state of Haryana. The true ambassadors of the state of Haryana. We have 2 more months to go to make this event successful. This event is not a one-off event to happen just for the sake of it. This event is happening in the times when the whole country is changing under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister. This event is happening in the times when the whole state of Haryana is changing from its past, which you know better than us. Rarely are those moments in the history when everything conjectures up together to create an environment which is fertile enough, which is conducive enough for the change to actually happen in a positive manner. The whole ecosystem, the whole politico-administrative complex, the whole environment seems to be sending out messages that this is the time for us to write and rewrite history. This is the time for us to create the turning point in the history of India. This is the time for us to create that milestone in the history of Haryana. Let us not just take this event as a formality for us all to go through. Let us all make this event a mega success. And please give some time of yours in contributing towards this event. And that is exactly the purpose of the Roadshow today. It may not have been very entertaining. It may not have been very exciting. But a lot of exciting and entertaining things are going to follow. Thank you, all of you, for being here amongst us all. And I thank Honorable Chief Minister for have given his entire day. He has been guiding us like anything. He is a complete hands-on leader. And we're also blessed to be working with him. And once again, I call the Team Haryana is not just the Chief Minister and his cabinet or the official or just you or we all. Team Haryana today is the 2.5 crore people who we all belong together to each other. Thank you so much.